Members of this august House are requested to maintain the decorum. Honorable members, this special session of the House has been called to mark 50 years of the proclamation of emergency in India in 1975 by the then government. Honorable members are invited to participate in the discussion and share their reflections on the events of that time and their relevance to our democratic framework today. May I request Honorable Minister for Law and Parliamentary Affairs to introduce the motion.
করতে চাইব 1975 সালে দেশে জারি হওয়া জরুরি অবস্থা ছিল আমাদের গণতন্ত্রের ইতিহাসে এক কলঙ্কজনক অন্ধকারময় অধ্যায়, যেখানে সংবিধান পদদলিত হয়, সংবাদ মাধ্যমকে স্তব্ধ করা হয়, বিচার ব্যবস্থাকে দুর্বল করা হয়েছিল, বিরোধীদের কারাগারে নিক্ষেপ করা হয়েছিল। যে মহান ভারতবর্ষের মানুষ তৎকালীন প্রধানমন্ত্রীকে বেছে নিয়েছিলেন, সেই সাধারণ মানুষদের মৌলিক অধিকার কেড়ে নেওয়া হয়েছিল। আজ সেই ঘটনার 50 বছর পর আমি এই পবিত্র সংসদ ভবনে দাবি জানাই 25শে জুন দিনটিকে সংবিধান হত্যা দিবস হিসাবে ঘোষণা করা হোক। This house, on the solemn occasion of the 50th anniversary of the emergency imposed on June 25th, 1975, recalls and records with deep anguish the deliberate, unconstitutional and authoritarian actions undertaken by then Prime Minister Indira Gandhi, which constitute the grave assault of Bharatiya democratic foundations unmatched with its breadth and depth since independence. This House notes with grave concern that on the night of June 25th, 1975, Indira Gandhi, facing political setback and judicial scrutiny over her election being declared void for electoral malpractices, choose to subvert the constitution, crush dissent and strangle democracy in the nation's interest, but to clinch over personal power. That under her direction, the Indian National Congress concluded in transforming the world's largest democracy into a virtual dictatorship, unleash a reign of fear, coercion and brutal repression upon the citizens of Bharat. This House further notes that over 1 lakh opposition leaders, activists, journalists and innocent citizens were imprisoned without trial. That press freedom was completely extinguished, censorship was brutally enforced, and even letters of books and speeches were scrambled of independent thoughts. That the judiciary was bullied, the parliament was reduced to a rubber stamp, and the constitution was distracted through the 42nd amendment to cement Indira Gandhi's personal supremacy. That inhuman population control measures, forced sterilizations and arbitrary demolitions were carried out on the weakest and most marginalized sections of Bharatiya society in the name of discipline and development, all while the Congress Party applauded that the Congress Party has to this day never offered an unconditional apology to the people of Bharat for the emergency, choosing instead to defend or deny the atrocities committed under this watch. From ancient monarchies to modern democracy, Bharatiya rulers have been guided to Raj Dharma, The principle of righteous rule, while the constitution replaced in its post-independence Bharat, the essence remained. Indira Gandhi's emergency era marked a rare and stark departure when democratic and constitution values were openly undermined, than act unmatched over the monarchies of this soil. This house also acknowledges the extraordinary courage of millions of Bharatiyas across political, regional, and ideological ideals who restricted authoritarianism and restored democracy through the ballot in 1977. Therefore, this house declares that the emergency of 1975-1977 was not merely a period of constitutional crisis. It was a blatant abuse of power of Indira Gandhi, exerted with the full complicity of the Indian National Congress to destroy democracy and silence the sovereignty of the people. The Act of Trinity, mass incarnations, suppression of dissident and brittle democratic values committed during this time shall stand commended for all the nation's history. The emergency represents a clear warning of how fragile democracy can become with institutions are captured, voices are crushed, and ambitions overrides constitutional monarchy. And the House revolves that it inequivocally condemns the imposition of emergency and the role played by Indira Gandhi and National Congress in dismantling democracy, perpetuation, political opponents attempting to centralize authoritarian power. The 25th of June shall observe as a national day of resistance against Trinity to ensure the national never forgets the horror of those 21st months of bravery to whose it was restricted. The House urges to the Speaker every democratic institution, educational institutes, civil society, and media to educate future generations about the emergency as a constitutional betrayal, so that the Trinity never tolerated again the Republic of Bharat. The resolution was passed with full authority to your end. Thank you.
Calm down, member. Honorable member, comfort yourself. One by one, please comfort yourself. Please be seated. Please be seated. I'll allow you to speak. Please be seated. Comfort yourself. The motion is moved for the discussion on the completion of 50 years of the emergency. The members who are in favor of the discussion, please say yes.
Sir, we have
Members who are against the motion, please say no.
no.
In my opinion, the decision is in favor of yes and the motion is hereby adopted.
Sir.
The House will now take up the discussion on the 50th year since the imposition of emergency.
With all due respect, I would like to make.
Honorable LOP, please do not heckle the House. What's your point?
Sir, I have a point of interjection to the speech mentioned by the Parliamentary Affairs Minister.
Please go ahead.
Sir, we mentioned that the Samvidhan Hatya Divas, right? Yes, I respectfully accept
Please
the
do
fact.
not culminate this into a speech. You just want to make a point. Go
Right,
ahead.
sir. So, sir, I'm asking that at the time of emergency, our nation was a young republic, barely 28 years old, facing threats not just from outside but from within. Economic instability, magic strikes, and the political opposition that time played a grave game at that point, demarking the constitutional amendments and not.
We'll allow you to speak later, sir. Please comfort yourself.
Thank you.
I hereby urge the Honorable Prime Minister to speak for the motion. And firstly, Honorable Member, don't get excited. Please comfort yourself. I would rather request the Honorable Prime Minister to introduce his cabinet and move for the motion.
शुक्रिया माननीय स्पीकर महोदय, मेरे को ये अवसर देने के लिए। देश की तमाम जनता को मेरा प्रणाम जनाकर मैं आज ये वक्तव्य मेरा शुरू करना चाहता हूँ। पहले ही मैं इस सदन को मेरे काउंसिल ऑफ मिनिस्टर्स से अवगत कराना चाहता हूँ। होम मिनिस्टर, ऑनरेबल होम मिनिस्टर, Honorable Minister of Law and Parliamentary Affairs, Honorable Defense Minister, Honorable Minister of Information and Broadcasting, Honorable Minister of Education, Minister of Education, Honorable Minister of Health and Family Welfare, Honorable Minister of Information Technology and Communication, Honorable Minister of Chemical Fertilizers and Coal and Mining, Honorable Minister of Heavy Industries and MSME, Honorable Minister of Youth Affairs and Sports Minister, Honorable Minister of Civil Aviation and Minority Affairs, Honorable Minister of Northeast Regional Development, Honorable Minister of Women and Child Development, Honorable Minister of External Affairs, Honorable Minister of Finance, Honorable Minister of Port, Shipping and Waterways, Honorable Minister of Social Justice and Backward Welfare, Honorable Minister of Panchayati Raj, Honorable Minister of Ayush Independent Charge, Honorable Minister of Textile, Honorable Minister of State Independent Charge, Corporate Affairs, Trade and Commerce, Corporate Affairs, Trade and Commerce, Honorable Minister of Railways, Honorable Minister of Tourism and Culture, Honorable Minister of Housing, Honorable Minister of Urban Development, Honorable Minister of Consumer Affairs and Public Distribution, Honorable Minister of Social Justice and Empowerment, Honorable Minister of Land Reforms, Honorable Minister of Petroleum and Energy, Honorable Minister of State in the Ministry of Law and Parliamentary Affairs, Honorable Minister of State in Home Affairs. Thank you. That will be all.
I would urge the Honorable Prime Minister, I would request you to go ahead with your initial remarks.
Mananiya Speaker Mahoday, firstly, thank you for serving this house. Your career as a parliamentarian has been one of an astute parliamentarian. Your contribution to this house, to this country is unmatched. And we totally respect your position. We totally respect your nomination. On behalf of my government, of my party and the people of this country, we thank you for your service. We thank you for taking up this special session in this house today. Such a grave topic to be discussed. A historical spot in our country that needs to be discussed today. I ensure the total support of my government and all my ministers and my member of parliament in discussing this resolution fruitfully, and we expect that the opposition today, at least today, participates in a democratic culture, in the democratic procedure of this country. We expect your cooperation as well. The people of this country seeing us, they have hopes with us, they have aspirations with us. We need to fulfill them. That is our Raj Dharma. Thank you.
Honorable Leader of Opposition, you are trying to make a point. Please go ahead.
Sir, as our esteemed leader of the House mentioned, that we are here to deliberate over the 50 years of grave emergency. So, first thing which comes up to my mind as the leader of the opposition and the leader of this and leader of my party is, why are we discussing something which we have done in the past? Is the government all concerned right now about the mistakes which we have done and not moving forward with the future of India? We not discussing? That's all. That's all you have been doing. That's what they have been doing their entire life, shouting whenever we talk about growth and development. That's what they are doing. I would also like to.
Honorable member, please choose your words carefully. I would not expunge the usage of the word which you've made. Please be sure about the words you choose while addressing the House. Secondly, you're addressing me, not the members of the House. Allow me to complete. You're addressing the House, not the visitors gallery. Okay? So please be careful while you make your remarks. Please go ahead.
So that is what I was pointing out. So they have all been doing is shout wherever we talk about growth, wherever we talk about future. They are discussing here a mistake which might be a mistake apparently according to them 50 years ago from now. But what we are looking forward when we sit in this parliament is discuss the future of the country and not atrocities which the India has been a part of. We are here to discuss and shape the future of the country. That's why people have chosen us. The people have chosen us for a development, for a cause, and not because to discuss the atrocities of whatever has happened in the history of India. Thank you, sir.
Thank you, Leader of Opposition. I would rather request the Minister of Defense, the Deputy Leader of the House, to take the motion forward. The time allotted for your speech is 90 seconds. Please go ahead. Microphone.
काला पन्ना है 1975 की आपातकाल 26 जून 1975 वो तारीख थी जब एक रात में पूरे देश का सवेरा छिन गया। राष्ट्रपति के हस्ताक्षर और एक व्यक्ति की कुर्सी को बचाने के लिए पूरे के पूरे भारत के लोगों को गिरफ्तार कर लिया गया। आंकड़ों की बात की जाए तो 1 लाख से अधिक लोगों को कारागार में डाल दिया गया। प्रिंट मीडिया, गवर्नमेंट इंस्टीट्यूशंस, लोकतंत्र अधिकार, मौलिक अधिकार सबको बंद कर दिया गया। मैं स्पष्ट कहना चाहता हूं, यह सिर्फ संविधान की दुरुपयोग नहीं, यह देश के लोकतंत्र की हत्या थी। सत्ता के लिए देश का बलिदान भारत की परंपरा नहीं, भारत की परंपरा है त्याग, तपस्या और जनता की आवाज। लोकतंत्र सिर्फ चुनाव नहीं होता, यह विचारों की आजादी का त्योहार है और 1975 में इस त्योहार का विपक्षियों द्वारा गला घोट। अंत में मैं यही कहना चाहता हूं कि मैं आपातकाल के समय 18 माह कारावार में था और उसी समय मेरी मां का निधन हुआ और मुझे उस समय अपनी माता जी के शव का अंतिम दर्शन करने तक नहीं दिया गया। तो क्या आप कहेंगे हम तानाशाह थे कि वो तानाशाही कर रहे थे उस समय? ये आपके ऊपर निर्भर करता है। जय हिंद, वंदे मातरम, भारत माता की जय।
मिनिस्टर, ऑनरेबल मिनिस्टर ऑफ इंफॉर्मेशन एंड ब्रॉडकास्टिंग।
মাননীয় অধ্যক্ষ মহাশয়, একটি স্বাধীন সংবাদ মাধ্যম গণতন্ত্রের হৃদস্পন্দন, আর সেই হৃদস্পন্দন যখন থেমে যায় তখন কেবল কাগজের খবর ছাপা বন্ধ হয়ে যায় না, বন্ধ হয়ে যায় মানুষের কণ্ঠস্বর, সত্যের প্রবাহ এবং ন্যায়ের আবেদন। 1975 সালে 25শে জুন ভারতের ইতিহাসের একটি কালো দিন, কারণ ওই দিন জরুরি অবস্থা জারি হয়েছিল, যার লক্ষ্য শুধুমাত্র ভিন্ন মতদর্শীদের দমন করা নয়, চিরতরে নিস্তব্ধ করে দেওয়া। দিল্লির বহু সংবাদপত্র দপ্তরের বিদ্যুৎ সংযোগ কেটে দেওয়া হয়েছিল। বিদ্যুৎ যখন ফিরলো তখন সংবাদ মাধ্যমের কণ্ঠে লেগে গিয়েছিল সেন্সরের তালা। অধ্যক্ষ মহোদয়, এমন এক সময় ছিল যখন সত্য বলা পাপ ছিল আর মিথ্যাই হয়ে উঠেছিল সরকারি সত্য। আন্তর্জাতিক দুনিয়া যা ভারতের মত প্রকাশকে প্রতীক বলে মনে করত, তারাও দেখেছিল ভারতীয় গণতন্ত্রের নগ্ন রূপ। আজ যখন এই জরুরি অবস্থা নিয়ে স্মরণ করা হচ্ছে, তখন আমি এই হাউসকে বলতে চাই, অধ্যক্ষ মহোদয় আপনার তরফ থেকে আমি এই হাউসকে বলতে চাই, শুধুমাত্র ইতিহাসকে স্মরণ করলে হবে না, ইতিহাসকে মনে রাখতে হবে। আর আমরা যেন কখনোই ভুলে না যাই যে কলমকে সত্য লেখার আগে যেন কখনোই অনুমতি নিতে না হয়। ধন্যবাদ অধ্যক্ষ মহোদয়। জয় হিন্দ, ভারত মাতার জয় হোক।
Honorable Minister of Education. Honorable Minister of Education.
आदरणीय अध्यक्ष महोदय, बात जब संविधान की हो रही है तो संविधान के बाद में बाबा साहेब भीमराव अंबेडकर को हम कैसे भूल सकते हैं। while drafting the constitution, once Baba Saheb Bhimrao Ambedkar said that the Article 20 and Article 21 cannot be suspended even at the time of emergency. लेकिन ये असंवेदनशील सरकार किस प्रकार से केवल मात्र आर्टिकल 20 को नहीं, आर्टिकल 21 विशेष द राइट टू लाइफ एंड लिबर्टी ऑफ एन इंडिविजुअल, उसको भी सस्पेंड करके बाबा साहेब भीमराव अंबेडकर के आत्मा को निचोड़ने का काम कांग्रेस पार्टी की सरकार ने किया है। अध्यक्ष महोदय, मैं आपको एक तथ्य देता हूं, ये तथ्य मेरी नहीं है, मेरी पार्टी की तरफ से नहीं, तत्कालीन शाह कमीशन के रिपोर्ट के तहत 1975 से लेकर 1977 तक केवल मात्र नसबंदी के नाम पर 8 मिलियन लोगों का नसबंदी कराया गया पैसों के देने के नाम पे। और अध्यक्ष महोदय, आपको ये बात सुनकर आपको दुख होगा कि पूरे विश्व में आज तक के इतिहास में ये सबसे महंगा स्टेरिलाइजेशन भारत सरकार के कोष को बर्बाद करके, साधारण लोगों के टैक्स के पैसों को बर्बाद करके ये नसबंदी का काम कराया गया है। आदरणीय अध्यक्ष महोदय, और मैं तो ये सदन से पूछना चाहता हूं कि आप किससे गणतंत्र की उपेक्षा करते हैं। जब अंतरिम सरकार बन रही थी 1946 में, 14 वोट पाने वाले
Thank you,
सरदार वल्लभ भाई पटेल को प्रधानमंत्री नहीं बनाकर जवाहरलाल नेहरू 1 वोट वाले को प्रधानमंत्री बनाया गया।
Honorable Education Minister, thank you.
बहुत बहुत धन्यवाद।
Honorable Minister for Social Justice and Backward Welfare. Honorable Minister for Social Justice and Backward Welfare. Honorable Minister for Panchayati Raj. Allow him to speak. You can interject later as well. Sir, I know my job better than you think I do. Please comfort yourself. Please go ahead, Minister.
माननीय अध्यक्ष महोदय, आज का प्रस्ताव संविधान हत्या दिवस, मैं इस हाउस की अटेंशन लेना चाहता हूं, हाउ इट इज अ मर्डर ऑफ आवर कॉन्स्टिट्यूशन। द इमरजेंसी वाज इम्पोज्ड अंडर आर्टिकल 352. इन दैट पर्टिकुलर आर्टिकल 352, clause 3 says that president shall not issue proclamation of emergency unless such communicated to him by the union cabinet. क्या यूनियन कैबिनेट की परमिशन ली गई थी इस केस में? नहीं ली गई थी। ये वही मानसिकता दोहराती है कि इंदिरा इज इंडिया एंड इंडिया इज इंदिरा। और the speaker's prior to me said about human rights. Let me say to this house that right to life and right to personal liberty was a luxury during that time, because when the person didn't even had the right to self entertainment, even Kishore Kumar's songs were banned by the prime minister because he refused to proclaim the propaganda set by the government. And let me say, Mr. Speaker, why this is important agenda for this house, because 60% of Indians now have not seen the horror of emergency.
Thank you.
So I would like to
Thank you, Honorable Minister.
I would like to conclude by saying that as 60% of our population has not seen the horrors of emergency, we must inculcate
Thank
the
you,
values
Honorable
of
Minister.
our
Thank you,
past
Honorable
leaders.
Minister.
Thank you.
Honorable Minister of Home, MOS. Please go ahead.
माननीय अध्यक्ष महोदय, I thank you for giving me this opportunity to speak up against one of the darkest chapters in the democracy of India.
the emergency. Before saying anything, I would like to bow down as a gesture for gratitude before the Constitution of India. Because this is the document that shows us the essence of democracy, and this was strangled by the same Congress party. The Congress party which keeps off crying about the Samvidhan khatre mein hai. They strangled the Constitution. The soul of our republic endured subversion, not by the external foes, but by the very custodians who sought to uphold it. More than 1 lakh people were illegally detained. 25,000 RSS workers were illegally arrested under the pretense of a law called MISA. We should call it Modern Day Rowlatt Act. More than 250 journalists and eminent lawyers were jailed. Upright judges were silenced. Protests in Gujarat and Bihar, they called it as mini revolts, and they justified their act of emergency using that. It's shameful, isn't it?
Please complete your speech, honorable member.
The Congress party asked, why are we dwelling over history? Well, I'll tell you why. Because the C in Congress party stands for corruption. With Congress party,
Honorable member, please complete.
because whenever Congress party comes in power, corruption and injustice comes with it.
Honorable member, thank you, honorable member. From the opposition, speaker number 20, member 20. Honorable member 45, please go ahead.